How to share feedback after assessment. As teachers, it is essential that we make the process of providing feedback a positive or at least a neutral learning experience for the student. According to Haiti and Timperley in the NAM 2007, when feedback is predominantly negative, studies have shown that it can discourage students' effort and achievement. Like my experience, the only thing I knew is that I hated public speaking, and I would do anything possible to get out of it. As a teacher, most of the time it is easy to give encouraging, positive feedback. So, what exactly is feedback? According to Grant Wiggins, feedback is not about praise or blame, approval or disapproval. That's what evaluation is, placing value. Feedback is value neutral. It describes what you did and did not do. How can it improve learning? For us teachers, feedback is any response from a teacher in regard to a student's performance or behavior. It can be verbal, written, or gestural. The purpose of feedback in the learning process is to improve students' performance, definitely not to put a damper on it. The ultimate goal of feedback is to provide students with an "I can do this" attitude. Providing feedback means giving students an explanation of what they are doing correctly and incorrectly. However, the focus of the feedback should be based essentially on what the student is doing right. It is most productive to a student's learning when they are provided with an explanation and example as to what is accurate and inaccurate about their work. Feedback is the advice, idea, response, opinion, survey, comment, rating, and the result of students' assessment. Giving students good feedback on all their schoolwork is one of the toughest challenges every teacher faces. But here at last is a guide that helps you always know how to give the right feedback for all kinds of assignments in every grade level and subject area. In our school, we use sandwich approach to guide our feedback. Compliment, give some correction, and then compliment. Student feedback should be educative in nature. I have here 7 simple ways on how to give students feedback that actually make a difference. Step 1. Talk to your student nicely right after the assessment. Student feedback should be given in a timely manner. When student feedback is given immediately after showing proof of learning, the student responds positively and remembers the experience about what is being learned in a confident manner. If we wait too long to give feedback, the moment is lost and the student might not connect the feedback with the action. Step 2. Remind the students on the objectives or targets that they need to achieve. This is when rubrics become a useful tool. A rubric is an instrument to communicate expectations for an assessment. Effective rubrics provide students with a very specific information about their performance, comparative to an established range of standards. For younger students, try highlighting rubric items that the student is meeting. Step 3. Be sensitive to the individual needs of the student. It is vital that we take into consideration each individual when giving student feedback. Our classrooms are full of diverse learners. Some students need to be nudged to achieve at a higher level, and other needs to be handled very gently so as not to discourage learning and damage self-esteem. A balance between not wanting to hurt a student's feeling and providing proper encouragement is essential. Step 4. Concentrate on one ability. It makes a far greater impact on the student when only one skill is critiqued versus the entire paper being the focus of everything that is wrong. For example, when I taught writer's workshop at the elementary level when I was in the Philippines, I would let students know that for that day, I was going to be checking on the indentation of paragraphs within the writing. When I conferenced with a student, that was my focus instead of all the other aspects of their writing. The next day would feature a new focus. Step. Step 5. Let students give feedback to each other. Model for students what appropriate feedback looks like and sounds like. As an elementary teacher, we call this peer conferencing. Train students to give each other feedback in a way that is positive and helpful. Encourage students to use post-it notes to record the given feedback. Step 6. Let students take notes while you are giving feedback. During a conference over a test, paper or general check-in, have the student do the writing while you do the talking. The student can use a notebook to jot down notes as you provide the verbal feedback. The last but not the least, Step 7. Give genuine praise. Acknowledging a student and the efforts they are making goes a long way to positively influence academic performance. Students are quick to figure out which teachers use meaningless praise to win approval. If you are constantly telling your students good job or nice work, then over time, these words become meaningless. Make a big deal out of your best students on that vocabulary text. If you thrilled with the student's recent on past behaviors, go above and beyond with the encouragement and praise. Think for different ways to praise them. Always remember that feedback to students in the classroom is the practice of communicating how well a student's performance on an assessment. Good feedback is being able to do it effectively so that the student understands and takes your feedback and comments on board. Good feedback uses words that aren't necessarily negative but more descriptive and genuine in a way that the student wouldn't feel the need to be sad or defensive. Feedback should be very specific to the student and written in a way you know they will understand. Good feedback should be administered to a student in response to their work in a timely fashion and not delivered so late that the student doesn't even remember the answers they've given or why. I hope that you get some tips on how to share feedback to our students after assessment. Thank you for watching. Yours truly, Ninya A. Magpantay.